what's up all you amazing people, TGIF, welcome back to another most amazing top 10 video. This is where I take top 10 ideas and I compile it to a top 10 list for your entertainment. So just letting you guys know my main channel right here, because a lot of you guys are like, do you make other videos on YouTube? Yes I do. This is Landon Production. This is where I talk about the news and make it a whole lot more interesting for you guys. So if that sounds interesting to you, click right here. And also make sure to put the link in the description below. That's my main channel. So enough of that, getting right into it. This right here is the top 10 most shocking famous people's deaths. The tragic passing of Amy Winehouse at the age of 27 years old starts off our list in at number 10. In the final years of her life, Amy Winehouse's enormous talent was overshadowed by her addiction to drugs and alcohol. The singer died tragically on July 23rd, 2011 from an accidental alcohol poisoning. She was found by a close friend and a security guard in her bed with 2 empty bottles of vodka right beside her. There was many signs of addiction issues leading up to her passing, including a shocking video of her online smoking crack. She also has trips to rehab, but no one really expected her to pass away at such a young age. The world lost an extremely talented artist before her time. Well, this next person, we're talking about another young talented female singer. So in at number 9, we're talking about Whitney Houston. The superstar singer died February 11, 2012 at the young age of 48 years old. She was found in a bathtub at a Beverly Hills hotel. This is on the eve of the Grammys night, which is a celebration of music where she had been honored for many awards. And she wowed the world with her talents many times before. Whitney's official cause of death is listed accidental drowning, but heart disease and cocaine use were contributing factors. In a shocking turn of events, Whitney Houston's daughter, Bobby Christine Brown, was hospitalized after she was found unresponsive in a bathtub 3 years later. At the time of this recording, she actually passed away from being in an induced coma. Now at number 8, we have Steve Irwin, better known as the Crocodile Hunter. I would totally say his name in an Australian accent, but I wouldn't do justice at all. So he was tragically killed not by a crocodile, but by this guy right here, Mr. Stingray. Steve Irwin wowed the world for decades with his energy and knowledge of the animal kingdom. Sadly, he died on September 4, 2006 at the age of 44 years old. He was filming an underwater documentary titled Ocean's Deadliest. Who would have known that he would become a victim? He was tragically impaled by a stingray barb in the chest. The stingray was allegedly 8 feet wide, and it was located by Steve in the Great Barrier Reef. According to the only witness to this attack, the fish stabbed Steve several hundred times, leaving him for dead. Irwin initially believed he'd only punctured a lung, but he was actually pierced in the heart and blood was just spewing out. CPR was performed on a nearby boat, but by the time he reached the shore, Steve was pronounced dead. An Oscar-winning actor lands himself in at number 7, and this is with the sudden passing of Philip Seymour Hoffman. This guy was a legend, playing such wide arrays of characters in such many great blockbuster movies like Twister, The Hunger Games Mockingjay, to the dramas like The Talented Mr. Ripley. Philip Seymour Hoffman died at the age of 46 years old on February 2nd, 2014, which wasn't too long ago. He had struggled with drug addiction throughout his youth and relapsed in 2013 after years of sobriety. He died from severe drug intoxication, and he was found in the bathroom of his apartment in Manhattan. Detectives found heroin and prescription medication at the scene and discovered him with a syringe in his arm. His death has been reportedly described as an incredible loss for the world of film. Also, he leaves behind 3 loving children. Moving into the number 6 spot, we have an American model, actress, and singer, and we're talking about Marilyn Monroe. She passed away August 5th, 1962. The most famous movie actress of her time, Marilyn Monroe, was found dead in her Los Angeles home. She was discovered lying nude on her bed face down with a telephone in one hand, and beside her was an empty bottle of pills, which has been prescribed to treat her depression. Investigators ruled her death as an overdose, but there's many conspiracy theories out there, and there's still questions that still surround her sudden passing. It is believed by many that she had an affair with John Kennedy or Robert Kennedy, which was the 35th president of the United States. And of course, Robert Kennedy is his brother. So people believe the government staged her death to protect their reputations, and they silenced any secrets she may have overheard. Half a century has passed, and she's still a beloved icon known around the world. Our next star was known for filming movies with fast cars, lots of stunts, and the world was shocked by his recent death. You guys know who I'm talking about. Well, I'm talking about Paul Walker, who lost his life in a car crash, and he clocks in to number On November 30th, 2013, Paul Walker left an event for his Reach Out Worldwide charity in his friend's red 2005 Porsche Carrera GT. Speeding down a busy street in Santa Clara, California at 160 kilometers an hour, the car crashed into a concrete lamppost and 2 trees. Following the collision, the vehicle burst into flames with Paul Walker and his buddy trapped inside. Both victims were declared dead at the scene, with injuries inflicted both from the crash and the fire. After his passing, there was an outpour of love and admiration for the actor, with all that knew him stating that he was one of the nicest people in show business. He once gave his buddy money to buy an engagement ring for him to get married to the love of his life. This tragedy happened while Furious 7 was still in production, and his brother Cody filled in for Paul, who looks very similar to him, to help the franchise complete the film in honor of Paul Walker. The movie ended up bringing in $1.5 billion. So now let's talk about the pop and legend icon. We're talking about Michael Jackson's passing. I cried after I heard this news, and this comes in at number. Michael Jackson died in June 25th of 2009. At the age of 50 years old. The cause of his son passing was due to a lethal injection of propofol, administered at the hands of his own personal physician, Conrad Murray. This doctor was convicted of involuntary manslaughter in 2011, and he served a 2-year prison sentence. Also, in Michael Jackson's bloodstream, the coroners were found anti-anxiety and anti-depression medication. Michael Jackson was rehearsing for a serious comeback concert. This guy was gonna do 50 shows in about 50 days. It was the biggest tour ever. Michael Jackson was in his prime, feeling good. Originally, it was supposed to be 10 shows, but tickets sold out less than an hour. President Barack Obama stated that Michael Jackson will go down in history as one of the greatest entertainers of all time. News of Michael Jackson's death triggered an outpour of grief around the world, with shrines and memorials set up all around the globe. One of my favorite actors, Heath Ledger, comes in to number 3. We will never forget his remarkable performance. How many of you guys saw him in the theaters for the last time as Joker during The Dark Knight, and you guys were just bawling? He died January 22nd, 2008 at the age of 28 years old, which was just after production wrapped up for the film. He was found unconscious in his bed, and an autopsy report concluded that Mr. Heath Ledger died from the abuse of prescribed medication. Many have speculated since that it was his work as the Joker that caused him to go a little bit crazy. People say that maybe he was too much into his character. But you know what? There's no way to know for sure. All we know is we lost a great one. Our next celebrity has spent his entire life putting smiles on the face of everybody. But in the end, the only person not smiling was himself, because he decided to take his own life. I'm talking about Robin Williams, and sadly, he comes in at number 2. Robin tragically committed suicide in his home in California at the age of 63 years old. He died from asphyxiation. Neither alcohol nor drugs were involved. Robin Williams will remain as one of the most legendary actors to come out of Hollywood, and he will be deeply and sadly missed. Some of his most memorable movies is Good Will Hunting, Jumanji, that movie was insanely funny. Aladdin, one of his most recent ones was Night at the Museum. Do you guys remember Patch Adams? That was a super inspiring movie that will leave you in tears. There's Flubber. There's a movie that actually recently just came out. It's called Absolutely Anything, that he voices in. So the movie came out August 14th in the UK. Finally, in at number 1, we're talking about Princess Diana, who was loved around the world, and she left way too young. She died at the young age of 36 years old on August 31st, 1997. Diana was fatally injured in a car crash in a road tunnel in Paris. The driver of her limo was speeding to try to evade aggressive paparazzi. Also in the crash, her boyfriend Dodi Fayed and the driver Henry Paul passed away. Speed and alcohol in the driver's system has been ruled as the reasoning behind the crash, but many conspiracy theories exist surrounding this tragedy. The father of Dodi Fayed has publicly stated that the royal family orchestrated these events to have her murdered. What? That is insane! Diana's funeral was broadcasted all over the world and is still regarded as one of the most watched events in television history, with an estimated 2.5 billion people who tuned in. Her funeral was 6 days after the crash. This was a true testament to her popularity. She was a celebrity and a mother of a future king. Well, there you guys have it. That was the top 10 shocking famous people deaths. Let me know if I missed out on anyone. Maybe I can make a part 2. Who do you guys think should have been at number 1? That's it for this video. We do it all over again next Friday. I'll see you guys there. So let me know what you guys think of this video. If you guys liked it, hit that like button. If you've learned a whole bunch of information you never knew about, which one of these celebrity deaths affected you the most? And if you guys want more videos, you guys know what to do. There's videos on the side of me right now. You guys can choose one of them. That's it for me. Okay, bye.